Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. He, hims, she, hers, and they, thems. It's your mate Narlin here, and welcome to the podcast that identifies as the number one potty for Oceania gaming on YouTube. It's Lads Let Loose 28. Tonight we have another massive night planned for you with a very, very special guest and personal friend of mine. I won't dox him just yet. However, this is an interview you do not want to miss. We will have a lot to talk about, and I'm gagging to pick his brain about a little exhibit he visited recently in Las Vegas. We also have your favourite hosts, your favourite host with us tonight. Not only is yours truly here, but we also have our leaders and spiritual guides, Heelsy and Frankie is back, as well as Pharaoh, AK, and of course everyone's favourite Victorian, Haxie. As you know, Frank was away for the last couple of episodes. Well, sorry, the last episode, and he was hugely missed by the team and our loyal followers. I'm very excited to catch up with our legendary host tonight. It's been a month since I've heard his soothing tones in my ears. So, Frankie, welcome back, my friend, and we are very much looking forward to hearing from you shortly. Not now, Frankie, shortly, all right? Before I throw to our hosts tonight, I wanted to... Hey?
What? A little bit. No, actually. Hey, you know what?
Yes, Francois.
You know what? Actually, I'll tell you a story for a second, Arlen. I jumped in the car this afternoon, and I was driving home from work. And do you know you're very good. You always make sure you call me Francois. Do you know how Hacksaw called my name when I picked up the phone? On his work mobile too, by the way, so I didn't know who it was. He said, "Hello, is Francis there?" Francis. Do you know how that made me feel? Francis.
Well,
and I didn't know.
Say that, Frank.
I don't know. I didn't know who the voice was for a second. Anyway, I listened to your beautiful intro last week, and I tell you what, it's long, but it's lucid, and I'm enjoying it. So I'll shut my mouth back up. We can go back to you, and you can throw to me when you're ready, Mr. Nolan.
Thank you very much, Francis. I'd just like to say,
by the way, can I just say...
No, you can't.
Just joking.
Actually.
Keep going.
I have an auntie who lives in Toowoomba, which I believe is somewhere close to where AK was last week, and she has a dog. All will be revealed, people, very shortly. But she has a dog, and her dog's name, would you believe, is Francis. And every time I'm talking to her on the phone, all I hear is, Francis, get off the couch, Francis. So there you go.
Yeah, nice.
There you go.
Right. Yeah, all right, what's next? Come on, yep.
Before I throw to our host tonight, too late. I want to run through the program. We have an absolute cracker planned for tonight. First of all, there is still time to jump onto the Friday night fights. If you haven't signed up, please jump onto the GCN Discord and grab the details for the match. The server password, the server tonight is the 11th server, and the password is...
FNF 11th.
FNF 11th?
Is that right, or is it 11th FNF?
I'm not sure, but maybe you could look that up, Frankie, and chuck
that
right.
I'll do that. You keep talking, I'll do that for you. Hold on.
Thank you very much.
Keep going. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No, don't you worry about it. I'll do it for you. Don't worry. You don't lift a finger. You just keep hosting.
I'll just keep doing my thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Heels, are you there, mate?
Man, I'm just in awe at the moment of the bants that is currently fucking transpiring as Frankie holds you to account. As the current host of this thing.
I am being pest, but I will shut up. It is, boys, if you'd like to get involved in the Friday night fight tonight, and then I will shut up, it is 11, so just 11 on its own, 11, 1-1, FNF. But when I looked at the password, it is lowercase f, uppercase N, lowercase f. So 1-1, lowercase f, uppercase N, lowercase f to get into that Friday night fight on the 11th server. Heelsy, I'll throw it to you because I'm just going to put my foot up my dog's ass because he's moved his bed. I'll be back in a second. Cheers.
I'm watching Alpha Kilo share the share the password in the current Twitch chat, and it's a lowercase n. So there's already just a bit of a disturbance in the force already. So hopefully we can get that right for you in the next couple of seconds.
Just join the GC Discord and bang, you can get the access straight away. Boom, boom, boom.
There you go. Thank you very much, Hex. I was going to say, Hilsey, ran a little bit smoother last week, and the common denominator was that Francois wasn't here. Would you concur with that opinion there?
No, he wouldn't. Shut your fucking mouth and get on with your job.
All right, moving right along. Right, so we've got the server password for the Friday night fights. Guys, get on to that, please. I'm pretty sure there's still slots available because there is a prize at the end of it. And another massive shout out to Donut and Duty for the work you guys have been doing on the Friday night fights. It's something we want to make sure that we are heroing and championing. You guys know what I mean. We want to make sure that this goes off every fortnight, so please get on to the GCN network if you haven't already and sign up to the Friday night fights because you will feature on the potty. The prize tonight, I'm not entirely sure what that is. We were discussing it earlier, but I think it's got something to do with our old mate Simo and Ocean Reach Brewery. So the winner tonight will be, excluding tanks and artillery, it will be the best KD. So unfortunately, if you're on tanks or arty, you're out of here, boys. So if you want a chance to win this, you need to get into the game ASAP. We will be jumping to the match regularly throughout the night, so watch out for that. Right, on the menu tonight, we've got segment 1, which will be our very special interview, as I mentioned earlier. He will be in the hot seat with Heelsy and Frankie. Frankie, if you fucking say anything...
No, Alpha Kilo's just written in the thing, Alt F4 works.
Let me try it. Alpha Kilo never tricks me. Alt F4. Oh, fuck, stream's gone.
What's the winner tonight? What do you do to get the win? Was it KD? Because I posted in TFMC it was KD.
It's KD.
Yeah, it's KD, man. KD ratio.
Okay, sorry. Keep going. Sorry.
But positive, not negative.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, what?
I'd win.
I'd win it if it was negative.
Yeah.
Right, so if you want a chance to win that prize, guys, get into the match, eh? And we will shout you out. On the menu tonight, as I mentioned before, we've got our big interview, and our two hosts with the most, Heelsy and Frankie, will be interrogating him, and if he misbehaves, I'm sure he'll get the waterboard. Unfortunately, for those of you who enjoyed Narlan's mailbag last week, I can confirm that it was a limited series on Netflix, as we have the return of Frankie. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Frankie's back. So it'll be Frankie's mailbag tonight, which I'm personally looking forward to. It is a highlight for me. So if you haven't put in an entry into the mailbag before, you can do that on the GCN network, or can you do it in Lads Let Loose, Frankie?
Yep, you can do it in Lads Let Loose Discord as well.
Yeah, there you go. So you can do it.
The link to the Lads Let Loose Discord is in the YouTube description. We can't get you there from tonight's live stream on Twitch, boys, but Lads Let Loose podcast, YouTube, comments, you can chuck it in there. You can chuck it in here right now. You know what, commenters? We've got a few people commenting right now. Falcon and Donut are having a grand old time. Ilsy's in there. Old mate is in trouble for sure. So if you want to chuck your Frankie's mailbag even in the comments, we can catch up on that and get him there. No, I don't care. I'll take mail from any direction in the world. Any erection in the world.
I heard a rumor that you took mail last week.
How's the fucking grunty laugh on that, Kilo? Put your microphone down, you fucking mouth-breathing fuckwit.
You know what? Frankie?
Joke. That is the shittest joke, and you laughed at. Yeah, mute yourself, you fucking dog. That was a funny joke, actually.
He's got to get in this crap before you fucking give him shit.
No, look, I like that. Right? No, and that was actually pretty fucking funny, you cunt. Moving on.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Tonight we have, we also have the Hell Let Loose roadmap for 2025. Frankie, if you don't shut up, I'm going to mute you. All right. We have quite a few changes coming this year. This is a topic we are very much looking forward to deep diving into with you guys. So we will discuss the various changes. Please feel free to throw your thoughts and comments into the Twitch stream as well. So if you go and look up the Hell Let Loose roadmap for 2025, that'll give you a brief overview. Otherwise, we'll bring it up on the stream tonight and we will be discussing that. You barred up there, Frankie?
No, it's Donut. Donut's getting stuck into me in the fucking chat.
Yeah, fair enough too. Fair enough too.
Yeah.
All right. We also have Ethnic Frank running a segment tonight, and we won't steal his thunder on this one, but please stick around and check out what Pharaoh's upcoming ideas is, which I'm sure the Oceania community will be getting on board with. Want to know more? Well, you're going to have to stick around to find out. So that'll be coming up later in the potty. Now, before I throw over to introduce our hosts, I just want to remind everyone that we are streaming on the Lads Let Loose Twitch account tonight. For those of you playing in the Friday night fights or unable to watch the live tonight, please remember we have the replay on YouTube over the weekend. So if you haven't already, remember to give us a like and a subscribe to the potty on YouTube. Really important, guys.
It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much, does it? You know, if you're watching on the TV, it's a bit of a nuisance. I get it. And you know what, boys, I'm the one that gets the statistics on who views. We do get a few boys watching this on the TV. So if you're sitting there right now watching this on the YouTube replay, sitting there on your beautiful couch, you've got a fucking nice, cool little beer sitting next to you on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, or maybe midweek if you're a day drinking alcoholic. We're not going to hold that against you. That's fine. That's fine. But if you're sitting there on the computer right now, if you're on the phone, it's super easy. Get rid of the maximize screen. Go down to the normal vision. Just hit like. Just hit subscribe. It takes you 2 seconds, but it helps us grow, and that's all we want to do. Why would you hold that against us? Just give us a little bit of a growth, a little bit of a fucking development. Give us a little bit of a subscribe. Give us a little bit of a like. You don't need to ring the bell. That's too much. That's way too much. But give us a little bit of a like. Maybe a subscribe just off to the side there, because at the moment, 41% of you people that are listening are subscribed. That means there's a lot of people that aren't. So tune in, hit a little bit of subscribe. Give Nolan the credit he deserves for this amazing intro that he's doing. Sorry, Nolan, back to you.
Thanks, Frankie. But no, you said it very eloquently.
Casey has just subscribed, by the way.
I saw that just like that.
Casey has just subscribed, just as I'm saying it. Thank you so much, Casey, you amazing person of whatever gender you are. We love you. We feel you. We're here for you. And when Hilsey asked the questions to our guest soon, he's doing it just for you. And Spoon, you as well. Keep them coming, boys. I'll shout them out all night. But Nolan, back to you.
Speaking of people that have been spooned, thanks, Frankie. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our team tonight. We have the man who's just coming off a couple of weeks' holiday, and unfortunately, I think he got 3 minutes of sun in the GC last week, and he's probably looking a little bit redder than normal. Of course, I'm not talking about Frankie. I'm actually talking about our good friend, AK. AK, how are you, mate? How's it going?
Good, mate. Good. Just recovered. I flew back, I think, Monday from lovely Gold Coast, and it took me about two and a half days to fully recover from our Ross adventure up in sunny Gold Coast. It was actually kind of a little bit cooler than Victoria. Victoria had kind of gone through a bit of a heat wave before I went up there, so it was actually quite a nice change. The Arvos were fantastic. Way too much alcohol, and first and probably last time I reckon I'll do the old Gold Coast trip. It's a bit ratty for my taste. How'd you go, Tanky?
Oh, the throw. Yeah. Dude, man. I flew in from Perth on the Friday night and caught up with you guys. You guys were well underway already at a fine establishment called Cowboys. And the Gold Coast just put on a fucking show for the weekend for us. But yeah, I took Monday off. I flew back on Sunday, but needed to take Monday off. I just was not ready to head back to work. But it's special, man. I think I sent a message through to you guys. Like, it's just and every clan has it, and Ross is no different. We're full of members who are really generous, kind, just really good humans, and that was evident on the Gold Coast, and probably was a bit of a clash with what we were seeing late night, early morning on a Saturday, Sunday, with the events that were unfolding around us in the streets of the Gold Coast.
As an elderly statesman of the game, Hilsey. Oh, who did we just lose? We've lost someone. Anyway, Hilsey, as an elderly statesman of the game, tell us the latest that you stayed up on the trip up there on the Gold Coast, the beautiful golden beaches of Surfers Paradise and Cavill Avenue, heading up Cowboys and Waxies and all of the other beautiful locations, Hollywood Showgirls, which I'm sure you looked at briefly and thought, no, that's not for me. How'd you go? What was the latest that you stayed up there?
The Friday night, I was keen to get back because I knew that Saturday was when all the boys were going to be there. So it was
that the main event?
Yeah, it was the main event. So Friday night was great, but it was like I can't even remember. Probably midnight was probably when it tapped out. So I was keen to get back. I guess the best way I can explain it, I can't actually give you a definitive hour. I wasn't the latest though. I think Gusket might hold the record for the person that stayed out the latest on Saturday night / Sunday morning. Absolute beast of a fucking human.
Really?
But when I explained because I went back into work on Tuesday and I explained it to the team that I'm a part of there, and it's been a minute since I've experienced the whole. I woke up on Sunday morning and I couldn't remember how I got to my hotel room.
Shit.
You know that moment where it's like weird, like you sort of go, and then people start talking about different things that were happening, and you have this wave of nostalgia of, oh fuck, I remember that. Oh my god, yeah, that's right. Desi was there. Holy shit! It's I was. It would have been sort of 2-ish, 3-ish, but Gussie was pushing 4 or 5.
Shit.
Nice, that's a good
Shit.
effort. So
Hey,
for
I
those
just
of you-
I just got a quick shout out. No, I'm sorry. This whole thing started with a channel called Frank and Augie. None of this would exist if that didn't happen. We just got a chat from the bloke who was looking after who's looked after me for many years. Augie is on the fucking chat. He's saying Frank being back is the main event tonight. Augie, it's great to hear from you, brother. So, and shout out to anyone that hasn't played it yet. We're not going to talk about this, and no one needs to comment. But Augie, you're listening. Suikoden is fucking sick, and I will try and talk about it. The other night we're going to talk about the games we're playing. I will try and talk about Suikoden. So, Augie, thank you for tuning in. And I'm not the main event tonight, but thank you, bro, for tuning in tonight. And I'll throw it back. Taggart Hills, I've done late nights on the Goldie. That is about the time that I hear. I do want to talk a little bit about the Goldie and Alpha Kilo's experience, but I'm going to hand it back to Nolan for now, and then I'll talk about that later if I have to, or maybe I'll talk about it right now. Let's see where he's going to take us. Sorry, Nels.
No,
Shout out,
good,
Augie.
mate.
Augie.
I was going to just introduce everyone first and then throw back to the GC, but I guess one thing I just wanted to throw out there for everyone is if you don't know, the Ross had a catch-up in the Gold Coast last weekend, and AK and Hilsey were obviously there, as we've been talking about. But Hilsey, did you just want to give a shout-out to some of the Ross members that were actually up there celebrating, mate?
Yeah, sure. You put me on the spot, and obviously, as I've already alluded to, my memory was fucking shot due to the inebriation that I suffered from. So, AK, you're going to need to chime in. Saw Donut, Digi, Greasy, Ticker, Kenny, fucking Realist. Thank you. Realist is the tallest man that anyone will meet, and the great thing about these catch-ups is everyone thinks they're tall until Realist shows up, and then everyone's like the shortest fucking person in the room. Who else we got? Crash?
Des,
Guskets.
I think Donut was shouted out. Just trying to run through the image of my head while we're there. We had about 12 or 13 of us all up, so apologies to the boys if we missed anyone. I'm just trying to run through the list in my brain off the cuff.
Yeah, and to be fair, AK, I mean, you didn't even know where you were half the time. So
Yeah. Typical Gold Coast shenanigans.
yeah, exactly. All right. No, we will talk about that in a little bit more detail, and I'm sure Frankie will run us through it. But also in the hot seat tonight, we have our favourite ethnic food, Mr. Farrow. How are you, mate?
Oh, I'm good, boys. How are you? And Frank, fuck me, bro. Can you just like let him just finish at all, ever? Seriously, like we were gonna come in with saying good, but Frank has to just blab.
Hey, Pharaoh,
Yes.
you're one of the few people that fucking actually
You want a
Augie.
video?
I'm talking to Augie right now, and he just said to say hello to you. So, do you want to say hello to
Oh, Augie, how are you, my friend? Wait, can you come and do this stream instead of Frank? You're a better bloke, bro. You're actually better to talk to than Frank. Then I'll send you another video.
him? One of the few people that knows him. Sorry, keep going, dickhead.
Quickly. So, all right, guys, I got a quick thing that I'm going to run out. All right, so last night, all right, I was at home, all right, and every night I walk in, there's a puddle of water on the floor, and I thought my bathroom was leaking, all right? So I didn't know why, so I put a camera in the room thinking, you know, maybe there's a pipe or something's going on. I found out that my son, instead of pissing in the toilet, is pissing in the ground right next to the toilet. So every morning I'm walking on his own piss. It was fucking disgusting. But I just wanted to bring it up because it happened this morning and I've just been fuming over it. Because every morning I wake up and I step on it and I'm looking at it going, I don't remember having water there before I went to bed. It's just a random thing, but it was fucking weird.
How long have you
Yeah.
been doing this for? There,
Oh, it's been like maybe 2 weeks, and every morning I'll step on it, and I'm like, "Oh, this is what is this?" And then I think, "Oh, it's just I have a leak." So, you know, a couple of weeks back, maybe a month back, I had a massive leak in my bathroom. So I thought that they didn't fix it. So I was trying to figure it out, and it was only happening at night. So I'd come home from work, and it'd all be dry, and then at night I'd go and be like piss everywhere, like just water. I'm like, "What the hell?" Instead of going to the toilet that's 2 steps away from him, he's pissing on the floor.
I think
You know
after
what,
2 or 3 days, you might have investigated that a little bit more to see if you had a leak in the toilet or something. No, you just let it go for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I kinda-
100%.
I kind of back it. I
didn't think anything of it. You step on it once, twice, 3 times, you don't think
Yeah.
anything of it. But then
Yeah.
after a while, you start thinking too much. You actually start thinking about it. You're like, wait, I stepped on it again?
You know, once you push 40, you know.
I'm not 40 yet. Not
No,
like
but
you.
once you're there with me, you know, I've done a little leak on the floor and then woken up the next day, gone for the morning, you know, whatever you want to call it, the morning relief, and dropped the pants and then pulled the pants back up and went, oh, there's a bit of a leak on the floor there. You know, we've been there. Hillsy's been there. Hillsy was the one that told me about it. So, you know, look, I back your son all the way, Pharaoh. It just happens sometimes. And at least, you know what? He's being consistent. He's doing it in the same place. We just need to redirect. And knowing you, your son's probably got a massive schlong because you do as well. So it's just part of life, part of being a father, guiding him to the right hole.
I think with a massive dick though, you'd be able to get to the bowl a little bit better.
Well, someone who doesn't have a massive schlong would say that, Nalan. So you take over. We'll get back on track. And
You're still upset about the male comment earlier, aren't you?
Yes, he's trying to bite
little
back.
bit. No,
All
no.
right. Hey, look. Last but not least, we cannot forget our amazing producer. Speaking of which, we are actually. I don't know if you've seen it on the GCN network, guys, but we are actually on the lookout for somebody who would like to join Hacks in the producing team. So if you are at all interested in getting to learn the ins and outs of what makes the Lads Let Loose podcast tick, you need to go and hit up Hacksy and GCN because he is... When he first started producing, he had beautiful, beautiful long brown hair. Now he's grey and decrepit, and he looks like Frankie's penis. Throwing over to Hacks. How are you, mate?
Frankie, shut him the fuck up. Thank you.
He's good. I've got to say, he's good. He's doing well, isn't he, Axe?
Nah, I love it. It's fucking good. Gives me plenty of time
He's
to
doing well.
do other stuff.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Well, this would have been about half an hour shorter if it wasn't for somebody interrupting me. Not
Yeah, I know.
naming names
Fucking
or anything.
AK. Jesus,
Lady
shut
boy.
the fuck up, bloody AK. All right.
Right, boys. Hey, look, we're going to get into it now, but
Yeah, let's get the helmet. Let's get the helmet.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks for-
shit, I've blown it. Oh.
You just doxed them. Right, hey, tonight, guys, we're looking forward to a great night. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to throw over to Frankie and Heelsy. Thanks for everyone for tuning in, and let's have a good one, eh? Frankie, take it away, mate.
Thank you, Nalan. And honestly, the boys gave you a massive rap last week, and I was in two minds. I was all over the place. I was trying to think about what bloody bike I needed to rent and all of these other things. So, no, very well done. Thank you very much, mate. But I'm stoked. You nailed it in terms of timing, even with me butting in there. So 8 o'clock on the dot. That's when I said we'd possibly be getting started. We've got a special guest tonight, boys. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you already know. You've seen the fucking thumbnail. You've seen the thumbnail. You know what to expect. But those of you that are listening here live, like, I'm not even going to try and read it because I can't read it at the moment. But all the people that are talking right now, on the Twitch, you've got a special guest tonight, and we are going to promote the absolute F out of them tonight. I sound like a Kiwi then. The absolute F out of them tonight. Because we couldn't stream him last week. I was overseas. Hacks was a bit busy. It didn't work out Western Australia time for Tank and Heels either. I was an hour behind him, so it definitely didn't work for me. Didn't work with the NZ boys because they were playing, so we couldn't get MSU on. But I'm a big fan of the man that we're welcoming on tonight, and I'm going to put him in the very safe, gentle, calming hands of Tank and Heels in a second. But I'd like to very proudly recommend, I don't know what the photo is about. Oh, yeah, I get it now. Did you come here today? Nah, mate, came here yesterday. Yeah, nice work. We're going to welcome I don't know if I can call him the leader. That's a little bit fucking obscure of me, but the men who started MSU, or at least one of the men who started MSU, a man that I've got a lot of time for. We've had a lot of great chats over the years. His name is Helmut Schmacker, and we're practically related. He comes from Newcastle. I'm originally from the Central Coast of New South Wales, which basically means I could probably read his second cousin and it wouldn't be dangerous. Anything closer than that, it could be dangerous. But Helmut Schmacker, or I'm just going to call him Helmy from now on, which is what I've always called him. It's a great pleasure to have you, man. Before I hand you over to Hilsey, how are you?
Gents, thank you very much for having me, buddy. Long time listener, first time caller, I suppose. It's probably been fucking said before, but good, really good. Busy week. Fuck you, Hacks. Stop with the photos. Oh, bloody hell. No, look, really good, really excited. Obviously a little bit nervous, buddy, going out to, pretty well the entire of the Hell Let Loose community, including OCE and all the way out there. So yeah, let's bloody well get into it, eh?
Yeah, no worries, brother. We're a massive fan of you and a big fan of Michigan State University. So thank you for coming on board. Thank you for doing this tonight. It was honestly one of the first conversations I have once I got back home after I took the flight back from Sydney. So it was good to have a chat with you and get you on board. Actually, I think I did it before I even got home. So thank you, Helmy, for coming on board. I'm going to hand you over now into the safe, capable, beautiful hands of my man Hilsey to take you through some questions, and then I'm going to catch you on the other side for a Frankie shotgun fire round. But Hilsey, brother, if you're ready, it's all over to you.
Thanks, Frankie. Helmut, thank you very much for joining us tonight on the Lads Let Loose podcast. My first question, I might actually seek some clarity. What does MSU stand for?
Oh, here we go. So it stands for M Special Unit. So that is a throwback to World War II. The first two Special Forces units that we had in Australia was Z Special Unit and M Special Unit. Z Special Unit, in my head, sounded a lot cooler. But if you Google Z Special Unit, there's a Discord with roughly 10,000 people in it, and anyone that games online might be a part of that community. So we went with the other one and went with M Special Unit, and here we are.
Nice.
But it's a throwback to an Australian World War II Commando unit.
Thank you very much, brother. I'm going to start with some easy questions, bro, and then we'll get into some more meaty ones. Just quickly, bit of background. How long have you been playing Hell Let Loose for?
or maybe 18 months ish, maybe 2 years, getting pretty close to.
Just all on console?
Yes. Oh, I dabbled a little bit on PC, and only when I've been away, because I have the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, so I can play on my Xbox account and still level up all my stuff and play with my classes on PC, and then come back across. So, little hack there if anyone didn't know.
I'd like a bit more details about MSU. Can you take us through the history? How did MSU come to be?
Look, it started with an idea probably a while ago, and more just curiosity, I think, than anything. It was, there's obviously a few clans kicking about. I thought, potentially, is there room for one more? Yes, no. And it just came down to do I start it, or is it just one of those things that you just roll through? Do I want to die wondering? No. So give it a crack. Why not? What's the worst that happens? I've got really good relationships, as I think a lot of the people in MSU do, with the greater OCA community. So, and that's what it come down to. When I sent my farewell message to Kiwi and just said, "Hey mate, this is what I'm going to go and do," and it was just that. It was just a desire to come through, to start it, see where it takes me, see if it works. Don't get me wrong, I definitely bit off more than I could chew, I think, at times. It's anyone that's, remotely close to the top of a clan will definitely tell you the work that goes into it. It's not just me. There's a fantastic team there. It started with Torv and I. Torv is an admin in the GC network, I believe, as well. So, he's got his hands full. His missus just had another kid, so shout out, poor thing. Having Torv as kids. But that's all it was. That's all it really came down to, was just, can I do this? There's only one way to find out.
Can I maybe just unpack that a little bit further? Like, did you want something? Were you seeking something different as well, like from a clan perspective? Were you chasing a bit of that leadership, or was it more just around? Take me through that, man. Like, it takes big fucking balls, man, to go, I'm going to start my own clan. I'm just fucking doing it. What drove you to that?
Yeah, it wasn't that. I mean, I wasn't running anything or like running a show in TFMC, but I definitely wasn't, shit kicking. Like, I was part of their squad leader crew. I was helping with the TFMP stuff, team lists and that. And I suppose it was just about taking that next step for me, mate. It wasn't anything that wasn't happening, or any personalities or anything like that. Like, it genuinely just came down to, me wanting to see if I could have a crack and if I could run one. The TFMC guys really looked after me. They developed me, and I suppose for me, it's probably just my next step in playing Hell Let Loose and seeing what comes of it.
Love that, man.
Sorry, Gilby. I was gutted too, Helmet. You're one of my best mates in FMC, but as you know full well, mate, I've always had your back, and fully support what you're trying to achieve with MSU, and I think it's you've been doing a great job, mate. So just my 2 cents here.
Got supplies dropping on the main middle road.
Have there been some challenges along the way, though, bro?
Push point over that bridge.
Running a clan?
Yes, absolutely, there is.
If anyone's got a support player, get one up on the other marker.
So, the first one has been discussed, in the potty before, and it's recruiting.
Where do you want those supplies, bro? I got a support player. Sorry.
Private servers, whilst have been amazing
if
for
you
established
are
plans, are
in that
also
truck heading
hard
towards G4,
to break into, which is
down the map now.
why we went out and got our own private server. So we
nice little
recognised
push
pretty
to hide
early
it in
that that's a huge recruiting recruiting tool that we need to utilise if we're going to make it at all.
You've got one of my tank crews in your
you're competing against a lot of other clans, a lot of other competitive clans. So, you're trying to recruit, from our point of view, you're trying to recruit competitive players into a clan that isn't competing yet. It's at times can be a difficult sell, but we've gotten a few people through the door. We can probably touch on that a bit later, but how getting them to that level, then getting them trained up, ready for scrims, and just ready for the pressure environment that is a comp game. You don't know that until you've stepped into it, and everyone here knows what that's like. The difference between a public game and a competitive game of Hell Let Loose is, it's not even the same game. And I think that's what continues to drive us. Well, it definitely drives me in playing it. That's where I get my enjoyment from it. So getting people ready for that, trying to explain it, and it's not really something that you can explain. You just have to show them. We're working through that. But that's the challenge, that recruit, train, and exposure at the moment. Another one is, we've launched ourselves into the mix, and there's a lot of big personalities in Hell Let Loose, which we're not so much exposed to, but in OCE. And, obviously there's friction points and stuff like that there, and just trying to navigate some of those complexities. Everyone has a history, and where we fit in, and, the points that we have to say, or whether we add to things or not, is sometimes where Paul and I and the leadership team in MSU will stop and pause and reflect on something before we, have an input, or even if it's worth us having an input into, if that makes sense to you guys.
It does, man. We're watching Chips, one of your MSU boys at the moment right now, running around on the stream. So thanks to Chips for supporting the potty tonight. I guess the segue then for me is, I've got a couple of questions, but I'm going to jump ahead. What makes it rewarding? What's some of the best feelings that you've had playing this game then, and in particular with MSU?
It's the community. I think that's in any clan. I'm fortunate enough to maybe have a little bit more access, for example, in your server, Tank, and seeing your meetup over the weekend. Huge. I know firsthand the culture in TFMC amongst some of those guys. It's again, hugely rewarding, and what ties people together. It's that community, that esprit de corps, that camaraderie that you're trying to build, that you find. It's the friendships that we make along the way, I think, is the best moments in that. It's more than a video game. The concern that comes from multiple clans when someone that we know, is struggling. We look at the GoFundMe that happened a couple of years ago, or 18 months ago, whatever it was. Maybe not that long ago for Taha and the community, and how we responded around that. I know recently one of the guys had a couple of issues and dropped out of some servers, and immediately messages are flying around. It's things like that make it. It's people who aren't in it might not necessarily understand.
To get your voice to
for me, that's what it is. It's more than a game.
I'll just push him first. See what happens.
I've heard it over especially last weekend at the Roths Matt catch up. It's more than a game, and I love that you've captured it so succinctly. Let's lighten the mood. Take us through one of your funniest moments playing this game that brings us all together, brother.
Oh, we have a guy in our server, and I think the funniest moments, I don't know if it's necessarily in the game. There's some rare shit that happens in this game where, like kick flips in Stuart tanks and things like that. And, you shoot someone and they somehow jump through the air. But the funniest things for me happen in Discord.
He's gone straight down. To the middle of the
road.
road.
A guy called Chriso, who is just disgustingly on point with his humour. And if you ever get the chance to jump in a squad with him, please do, because he is just a breath of fresh air. He has this ability to play the game really well, but somehow not take it seriously. And it's an odd combo, but I absolutely love it and adore what he brings into MSU. But if I go back a little bit further, some of the stuff that Punisher would post in TFMC's general chat was wild. the voice messages, Forrest's training videos. For those that have seen them, are something that will stick with me forever. They're hilarious. One of them, he inadvertently drew a cock and balls in the middle of a training video, and he's like, "Oh, I've drawn a cock, haven't I?" And anyone that knows Forrest knows his dry sense of humour. So it's just things like that. I think it's what happens in our Discord servers behind the scenes that are always fond memories for me.
No, I love that, man. Thank you. I might a bit more of the old logistical stuff. If people wanted to join MSU, what would be their avenue for being able to do that?
Find some of the boys.
Yeah, Rog.
Or girl. Another girl. I'll just shout out Paul.
Coming up on the number, I might.
In game,
Instead of
will
getting
be,
the PZ, I might get the
the
carry.
MSU server isn't seeded. Jump into MSU Squad, have a chat, let them know that you're interested in joining. They'll send you a Discord link.
Down on my
If you're in the MSU public server, our Discord link is in there. MSU-public-OCE.
On a place
You
to
can join that way.
just in case they want to try the wrap around.
Server, and
leave one up on
then you
Causeway.
fill out an application, join in, and we'll get you going. We'll get you through the process.
Build 6.
What type of recruit are you looking for, man?
First and foremost, generally a good
ID.
yeah.
You've got eyes on Gary?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty stock standard one for everyone, isn't it? A lot of people,
Anyone got eyes on that tank? It's just
across the
shooting
spectrum have good and bad quality traits. Everyone also
Gary's
has
down.
a history, but we're looking for those good people who can get along, who aren't going to break our community, right? But at the same time, bring a lot of experience, different backgrounds and things like that to MSU. But it always comes back to, are you a good person? Do people want to play with you? Do people want to learn from you, be around you? And if the answer to that question is yes, come along, jump in.
I love that, man. I've only got 2 more questions left. One's a bit more of a deeper one, so I'm gonna
Hey,
ask this one. Oh,
Hilsey.
Franklin.
Sorry. I'm not being a dickhead this time. Just watching the stream right now. Hax, is there any way we can be seeing the Friday night fight while the boys are talking?
You'd be seeing it.
I think we are watching it.
Oh, we are now. Sorry,
Frankie?
yeah. When I saw it before, it was an invite to something else. My bad. Sorry.
It's the invite to MSU.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Right. My bad. Sorry.
Hacksaw is producing the shit out of this episode, by the way. He's literally switched to frame to make sure that the information was up on the screen.
He's the goat.
People to join MSU if they were interested in joining the Discord. Thank you, Haxie. Second last question, Helmet. You've been fucking fantastic, by the way, man, and I've loved your responses. Second last question, it's a bit more of a personal one. Talk us through your pre-match routine. Like, you're about to jump on, you've got a match that you're psyched for. Take us through what happens in Helmet Land in the preparation for a game.
Oh, the many faces of Helmet, bloody. At the end of last year, it was probably just beg, borrow, steal some time, depending on the time of day, from the missus to look after our 2 children and keep them away from me for a bit. My son has a lovely habit of running in. He's only 2, and being the white light on the Xbox and just pressing that white light. And that's happened to me a few times in games, and that is
The hell was that?
just trying to communicate that to a 2-year-old. But it always starts with that. You'll definitely jump into the practice range if I haven't played that day. Try and get some shots in. Try and just aim in on those headshots, quick, succinct. Make sure I can hit my targets.
Did you hear Farrah's little story?
And then jump in the game. However, recently,
as
we know, that's changed. I don't have the luxury of
his son.
turning
like 2
up
weeks
anymore.
he's been
So
pissing on the floor
now it
instead of the
consists
bathroom,
of
like the
jumping
toilet.
in a Discord voice chat, going through our game plans, our check-ins, scrambling to find people who inevitably drop out, don't show up. The stress of running a clan. We love it, but it's definitely a stressful game at times. When you're trying to prep and I'm not doing it with 49 people. I'm only doing it with 30 or 35. And you have those dropouts. It's like, oh shit. I've got to get them back in. But that's more or less it, mate. Without my crazy supportive partner who just sort of looks at me and goes, "Yeah, righto, dickhead. Like, I don't know what you do on Discord all day, but talk to me." I wouldn't be able to be on this journey with everyone here. So, shout out to my missus, mate, because she absolutely keeps me going. She's a huge reason that MSU is able to be in the position that it's in now.
I love that humility and gratitude, bro, and that leads me perfectly into the final question, which is how would your misso describe you, Helmet, in real life?
Dickhead.
You already said that, dickhead.
Asked me to get emotional on a Friday night, boys. Firm but fair, I suppose. I'm definitely someone who wears my heart on my sleeve. I can be overly emotional about things, and sometimes irrational about it as well. So, to keep that in check is an interesting one. But overall, I think she'd say I'm someone who speaks his mind, but cares deeply. Especially, if I form a friendship or a close relationship with someone, it's going to take a fair bit for that to go away. You have to fuck me over, or our values are definitely not going to have to align pretty significantly for me to not try and look after someone or see what's best for them, right?
Yeah, man. I just listening to you speak there, it's like, man, I want to spend more time around you, brother. Like you're clearly a very fucking good human with a great head on your shoulders, and MSU are really, really lucky to have you at the helm, making sure that their clan is successful. And I'm really grateful that I've been able to spend the last sort of few minutes hearing your insights into things. I'm looking forward to making sure, putting it in my fucking diary, making sure you and I are hanging out and grouping up together sometime soon, ASAP. I don't know if you like defense, but that's where I find myself all the time. So come and hang out in defense with us.
Absolutely. Thank you, my friend.
No worries, man. Thank you for your vulnerability and also answering some of the questions. I'm going to hand you over to Frankie, who's going to ask a much more quick-fire round over the next few minutes of the Lads Let Loose podcast. And I'll hand over to you, Frankie. Thank you.
No worries, man. That was really good to listen to. Thank you so much, Hilsey, for the professional job that you fucking do on a Friday night. It's exactly what I promised Helmet that he'd get. It's a big deal coming on here, talking when you may not know all of the boys and you don't know what you're going to cop and all that stuff. So putting him in your safe hands is exactly what I said to him earlier when he said, a little bit nervous, a little bit excited. I said, don't worry, you've got Hilsey. He's the man in your hands. But now, my old friend, you are in my hands. And Helmet, I love listening to you, bro. And I know all of the boys enjoyed listening to you, especially all of us from TFMC who used to call you our fellow clanny. We love you very much. I couldn't say that. I don't know if there's anyone that's ever left the clan better than the way you did. The beautiful message that you wrote to us. It was sad you left so quickly because I did reply to you fuckwit, but you weren't there to reply back to me. But that's understandable as well. When you're kind of leaving, you kind of have to leave and then dodge. You got to get out of there. You don't know what you're going to cop back, especially in our clan. You could cop a whole bunch of shit, but you didn't, mate. And we really respect you. And you did us a massive favour. You took Torva off our hands as well. So, we've got nothing but great times ahead for you. And I say that with a tongue fully in my cheeks.
On my body, he's going up the waterworks now. Straight up to you,
but I'd like to have a little bit of fun with you, if that's okay. And it's fun. It's fun. It's not meant to be silly. Ax, do you have anything to say before I continue?
I've got something ready for this. Let me know when you're ready and I'll start it.
Well, you don't know what I have planned either, because I've told no one this, but you can do what you need to do, and then I'll do what I need to do.
He's pulling his cock out!
He's an enemy Gareth on the easy marker.
That's my penis. There you go. That's not.
Oh,
but
you see me?
Helmet, it is
How the
all
fuck is
pure
he doing
fun. Please, at no point through this feel like you're pressured to do
I just went on
or
the
anything
garrison
silly
we've
like
got in
that.
F3
We're here to have a
get another
fucking
one to
laugh,
play
man, and I'm
easy
going to
out,
do it
folks.
to other people. It's not just going to be to you, but I'm doing it to you first because this is the new
30
potty.
seconds
This
on
is
that
the post crispy potty. This is. I don't want to just do the same old fucking shotgun shit, and you like new stuff, so
we get an
I'm going to
updated
go with
tanking?
new stuff as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, stand by, Red. I'm looking for him now.
Stop
He
it,
went over the
Steph,
bridge.
bro. I'm going to have a little
Outside
bit of
the map.
fun, bro.
He disappeared.
But it's all fun. There's no fucking ramifications here.
Yeah,
If any
just
of
come
your
in, look,
boys get
Sadie.
pranks and say,
Okay.
"Oh, he didn't pick me," blah blah blah, they're dumb. All right, this is
I'll
just
see about
for
that guy in
fun,
front of you,
boys.
mate.
MSU boys, Michigan State University. Just chill for a second. Your boy's having a little bit of fun, and he fucking deserves to have some fun for all the work that he's done. Coming on here tonight and having all of that great chat with Hilsey. It got me moist. It got me keen. Basically,
Meet him.
basically, I'm gonna give you some names, right?
I'm fucking done with my deal life right now.
that you would prefer.
He's dead,
till
he's
we
dead,
get to
he's
the
dead.
end. Alright, so I'm gonna say
There must be a couple in there. A headshot.
I'm gonna say a name, and then I'm gonna say another name, and you're gonna say yes.
Didn't
I
teach me
choose
nothing,
them
Harry.
to be in my ultimate
Not sure if he's
ideal
dead or not.
MSU clan. And don't be lame. You can just choose
He's right next
whoever.
to
There's no dumb shit here. It's
They're
gonna be
moving
fun,
target. You-
right?
you'll
So
got it,
just
I've got it.
chill,
In
relax,
like
and then you're
13
done.
to
You
be
finish for the night. The job's over. You can go to
I didn't
bed.
realise. Sorry.
And you don't have to
trying to
think
use
about this
that.
ever again.
They're trying to
The
use that
MSU
against the
boys will
waterway
fucking
and
pay it on
progress
you
east.
for the next 1,000 years. And
Yeah,
shout out to the
some
MSU
men are
boys who
trying
I'm
to
doing this for. Let's see how he goes. So,
This is going to be a stitch up.
if you had to pick, my bro, right, no more silly stuff. If you had to pick between two players to be in MSU, and I'm doing a little bit of TFMC stuff here, but there's some other names as well. If you had to pick between two players to be in MSU, my
top
boy
man,
Helmet,
thank you.
my Newcastle boy Helmet, my Maitland boy Helmet,
Supplies are on the way.
the
at
Muffin
Cold right now.
Man, and from
You need a
TFMC,
flare anywhere, Castro.
the
I'm putting down your
machine.
now.
Which do you
They're coming from
choose?
here in particular. Hey Dingo,
Muffin Man.
here's like a
Oh,
garrison.
Oh, alright, no, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. No need to have
Sorry,
any big
Machine, I love you, brother.
Wait,
If you had to pick between the Muffin Man
I'll come shoot me next flare up there then.
and Flimbus, what do you pick?
Along there.
Muffin.
Alright, Muffin Man stays on. If you had to pick between the Muffin Man
I'll go and have a
and
quick look where that
Chriso
truck come from. Let's see if
from
Oh,
MSU, who you gonna pick?
you hurt me. But, nah, Muffin. I got a soft spot for Muffin Man.
No, that's alright, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. If you had to pick between Muffin Man and Beer Edge, who do you pick?
Over on
Muffin.
Okay, Muffin Man stays on. If you had to pick between Muffin Man and Hacksaw, now don't be fucking don't. I'm just gonna say it right now. We're having fun. You don't have to stay loyal. We can have a little bit of muck around here. I'm not Muffin Man's not gonna hold against you. If you're gonna have Muffin Man or Hacksaw in MSU or any clan, it doesn't have to be MSU. Just in your ideal, amazing world all-star clan, who are you picking?
Yeah, Muffin. I love him.
Did you hear fucking Nolan get straight in there for that? I've got the hosting job coming up. You just got fired. Yeah. Alright, you got Muffin Man. Yeah, this is a big one, and I know you're going to struggle with this, but just go with whatever. Muffin Man or Fubar.
Nah. You can't do that. It's Fubar.
Alright, nice. Alright, so you got Fubar, and that's no disrespect. Settle down on your sound effects. That's no disrespect to Muffin Man, because we know how big Fubar is. Fubar or Torva? I did this better than what you told me this afternoon too, by the way.
Oh, fuck me. No, it's tall.
Okay, Torva. So it's Torva. It's Torva or Intoxicated Tox from TFMC.
Oh, tall.
That's an easy one.
Love you, Tox, but it's talk.
No, yeah, there's no fucking argument there. I was hoping to be Fubar and you could just write him off too. So Torv beats Tox. Torv or Flying Kiwi?
Oh,
that's hard.
That is fucking hard.
That's real hard. And no disrespect to whatever you choose, because I couldn't pick.
Nah, there's like just a quick digress here.
Yeah.
The difference in I don't know if you guys would have seen it in what I've seen, but the difference in Torva from that gobby dude who continually got himself banned from TPL servers to the guy who is helping me run MSU at the moment as part of that team. Chalk and cheese. I love you, Kiwi, but I'm sticking with my boy Tor.
Huge. I like that. No, full respect too. I've seen him grow up a lot as well. I don't know how old the bloke is, but he's matured about 10 years over the last couple of months.
He's got hands that look like King Charles, mate.
I know, I've seen him.
Fingers.
I know.
I'm surprised he's as fucking.
So you're at Torv. We've got a few more to go. Like we've got a bit of a list still to go. So
fucking let's get it.
Right, so you've rejected you rejected Kiwi to keep Torv. Torv versus Poppin' Fresh. Poppin' Fresh is MSU.
I'm gonna go Poppin'.
Okay, Poppin' Fresh beats Torv out. Poppin' Fresh versus Arlen.
Niles. Niles. What do I do? My brother in the Titanic. Yeah, go. Niles.
Taking Niles?
Taking Niles. We're going down together.
So, boys, now that you're listening now, we're coming into the home stretch. We've got about 5 more to go. This has been heavily TFMC related, but for the Roths listeners, because you know that I fucking love yous, we do have a Roths name coming up soon. Not yet, but soon. Stay tuned. We've picked Narlan over Poppin' Fresh for the ultimate MSU lineup. Let's go, and this is strictly based on the fact that Helmet is ex-TFMC. Narlan versus Joshy.
I'd almost put. I'll pick Joshy there. Oh.
Sorry, mate. It's Joshy.
One round.
Hey, you beat out Poppin' Fresh, and Poppin' Fresh is fucking good. All right, so Joshy versus. I say it this way, and I'll say it the other way for everyone else. Joshy versus Maddo.
Oh, fuck. I love Maddo, hey.
He's such a fucking legend.
Fuck, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
But it's hard to beat the person that is fucking Josh.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Josh.
Okay. Joshy beats Maddo. That'll be fucking interesting in the TFMC chat tomorrow. Now, here's your big one. Well, actually, no. You've got a bigger one coming. Joshy. Mr. fucking Attacking Goat versus... You could have this on MSU, Joshy or Rum. Rum.
Rum. I know that's hard. Rum.
Hey. Yeah. Did you explain yourself?
I played a competitive game with Rum not too long ago, and all class. Okay. If I hadn't played that game with Rum, it probably would have been Joshy. But the experience that I've recently had with Rum, all class.
Hey, I don't disagree. I've played with the bloke and I've just heard the bloke talk. I've shared commentary with the bloke. He's a goat, so that's fine. It's getting harder. You've got 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 to go. Okay, so you've picked Rum over Josh. Ideal MSU lineup: Rum versus Elados.
Oh no!
It's getting spicy now.
Play that fucking laughing noise. Play that laughing noise, Hacks. Rum versus Elados.
I love you, Dos, but I'm picking Rum.
It gets worse.
Let's go.
You've picked Rum over Elados. Rum versus Forest.
Oh.
What would you do with a brain if you had one?
Shit.
That's hard.
Yeah. Fuck you, man.
While he thinks about it, Hilsey, have I done well?
Dude, I'm fucking on the edge of the seat, giggling like a little schoolgirl, fucking loving it, man. It's so awesome. I love you're at this point now where there's no wrong answers. It actually doesn't matter. There's no wrong answers.
No,
Just
there's
fucking
no wrong
send it.
answers. This is what Thailand does to a man. All right, Rum versus Forest.
Rum.
Whoa!
You can be my wingman anytime.
Whoa! The whole city of Bathurst. The whole city of Bathurst just blew up. All right, and second last one. It's a big one. Yeah, a lot of emotional damage there. Rum versus Halsey. Ballsphere.
Oh.
Everyone loves Ballsy.
Everyone loves Ballsy. Nah, Ballsy. She brings it home.
Wow!
Whoa.
That's massive. Massive.
Ballsy brings it home.
You just made this segment. Permanent. From now on, whoever gets in, you just made that. That's fucking huge, bro. You picked Rum over Foxy, and you picked Rum over Forest. All right, last one, and this is the end of the segment. And then I'll throw it back to Darwin to wrap shit up. But before I do say anything else, Helmet, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I know you've got a family. I know you've got a life. It's fucking 8:36 our time, bro. 8:36 our time, bro. So thank you so much for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed listening to all of that stuff. I did mute myself. I gave Nolan plenty of shit before, but listening to you talk about a new clan that's on the up. We've got ANZR, we've got TRL-ish, we've got TFMC, we've got 11th. We've got all of the Oceanic clans doing fucking big business ROFs. All of the boys making things happen. Really appreciate you coming on. Your last comparison is, and then I'll throw it back to Marlon to finish everything off. Falsey is your choice over Rum or Frankie.
Falsey or Frankie?
Yeah.
Come here, big boy. Let's cuddle.
Nice cock.
Do you need a couple of fucking little, landmines dropped on the ground? Do you need a satty bag placed on there for you? I'll do it for you.
Get in there.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Is that an absolute confirmation that you'd go me over Falsey?
Yeah, Frankie, I love you. You know that.
Fuck yeah! See you, TFMC. I'm joining MSU. See ya.
You'll start a fight.
Yeah, no, that would start a fight. Sorry.
You're under contract for another 18 months.
Yeah, I
mate.
know.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, anyway, that was fucking fantastic. Nolan, over to you. Thank you so much. And everything I said was legit. Love you so much. Helmet, thank you so much for tonight.
I got a quick question for Helmet.
Oh, yeah, true.
Alright, so somebody's been running this game for
West side
however fucking long I've been doing it. What is something that people don't understand
waiting for
that
spawn.
you do as a leader
Enemy bomber run.
that people take advantage of? Something that really ticks you, a lot of your clan members don't understand what you do.
I don't know if
yeah, the patience has gone out the window, bro.
Right. But it is, it's just, I think it's more of an education piece. I don't think anyone, unless you are in a position or very close to running a clan, has any idea of the amount of fucking work that goes in behind the scenes. I am sitting in probably 10 to a dozen different Discords that at any given time are probably going to require me, to check at least once a day. And that's not including the pings that I have in there. I think it's just that. It's just the amount of time, we have families, we have jobs. This is our hobby. We're not getting paid for this. And don't get me wrong, I didn't hold a gun to anyone's head and say, fucking join my clan, make my life hard, like, because it's not hard. I enjoy doing it, right? And, love what you do and you'll never work a day in your life. And that's where I'm honestly at the moment with MSU. And if I wasn't in that position, I probably wouldn't do it. But that's my bugbear is, some people don't understand the amount of time, effort and energy that goes in behind the scenes to keep something like this running, to keep it, or to even get it to competitive, let alone maintain it at competitive, To herd 35 people together at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, fucking not an easy thing.
Yeah, it's easier to put your kids to bed.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So what's something... Yeah. So what's something that you would say to your clan members that, for them to help you out? Like saying that you would say to your clan members?
Just be patient. Trust the process. So far, MSU is young, right? Like we've been around for a little bit over 3 months now. So far, we haven't strayed too far from the original intent or the original plan. Don't get me wrong, no one makes perfect decisions 100% of the time, but trust the plan, trust where we're going, stick with us, and be patient. The big OCE clans and your success wasn't achieved overnight. You guys have all been around for a long time. You've had your ups, you've had your downs. But you're still there. You're still that. I suppose that for a little clan like us, that North Star, that guiding light of this is where we want to get to. That's the example. Obviously we'll have our own take on things and what that looks like, but trust the process, be patient. We're going to get there and we're going to do it together, and it's going to be fucking all the more sweeter when you do.
Yeah, and if I wanted to join your clan, if I'm new, what is the application form? What do I have to do? Is it hard? Is it easy? Something that you can ask. So if I wanted to come in, what would I have to do?
You jump in our public Discord, our public chat. Just send a message, introduce yourself, just say, hey, looking to join. Fill out an application, and it's it's standard stuff. What's your T17 level? The only questions that we really have in there. So what's your game? What's your T17 name? Sorry. What level are you for support, AT, engineer? Do you want to be a casual player, a competitive player? If you want to be a competitive player, can you look at committing to what our training schedule looks like? Yes or no. It's no lock-in contract or anything like that. And then we go through that process. You end up in our recruit chat. Come to training events. We'll look to train you guys up. And get you involved as much as you can be, as much as you want to be. MSU has a competitive arm, and I suppose the more casual side of it as well. There's a little bit of delineation there, but if people want to move up to competitive, there's processes there that we look at that we can set you on that path to become a competitive player in what we think is a good standard to meet for that.
Last one, sorry, bro. What if I'm a low level and I want to join a clan, but I don't think I'm good enough? Would you guys allow that to come in?
So, the Muffin Man, he joined MSU as a level 15 player. He's now level 120 something, and has amazing skills. He understands the game really, really well. I think he's probably a little bit of a unicorn, to be honest. But we are not adverse to your level in joining the clan. If you're teachable and you have a good attitude and you want to learn the game, let us know. Ask the question, because that's how Muffin Man got in. He literally joined our squad and said, hey, I want to build nodes, but I don't know how. Set him on the path. That's it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, we have to start wrapping up there. Otherwise, we are never going to finish the chat tonight. But those answered very well and very important questions. How you can join in to MSU, Michigan State University. If you've enjoyed what you're hearing tonight, if you're sitting there right now and you've joined on the YouTube channel, and I'm not in the clan, but I'm in Oceania, or even if I'm around the world, Oceania are accepting.
What do you reckon?
People to join. MSU is definitely one of them, and you can hear the
from the front door,
the leader of that clan here talking to you so openly and honestly. Get yourself involved with them. All of those boys that I mentioned tonight are legit. If you want to hang out with the Muffin Man, if you want to hang with Plimbus, Chriso, or any of the boys, Torva, Hoppin' Fresh, or the main man himself, plus Elidos, you can make that happen just by getting in touch with us. So join the GC or the Lads Let Loose Discord. Let us know and we can put you in touch with Helmet. Boys, is there anything else to say? Hilsey, you were leading the interview. Do we want to say anything else for Helmet apart from the fact that we're extremely grateful for his time?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I am grateful for his time, man. Like, I know you were feeling a bit nervous, but you came in super strong. Yeah. You spoke just from a place of truth around where you're at, and I think it's a credit to you that you came from a previous clan in TFMC, and TFMC have nothing but fucking love for you. So it says a lot about your character and who you are as a fucking person, man. And yeah, I mean it, dude. I'd love to continue gaming with you and look forward to look forward to running amok on Hell Let Loose with you when the opportunity arises.
Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. If I could just take a quick
last word is to you. Yep, last word to you.
So the leadership team in MSU that have helped drive the clan to where it is now. Thank you for where you're at and for where we're at. When we look around at what we've built, I'm incredibly proud and incredibly grateful that we have the team that we do there to drive it forward. Job's not done by any means, but we definitely have the right people in place to continue pushing us forward. The OCE community, you look at the shit that happens, with TPL teams and things like that in Europe and how quickly they come and go. For the most part, we have been wrapped up and accepted immediately by the OCE community, and helped along the way, guided. Absolutely a special shout out to the Roths guys who have really helped us, really helped in some of our processes, behind the scenes. And I definitely appreciate that. You understand, I didn't understand necessarily the beast that is probably the Roths gaming community, so I do want to give them a special shout out because, to help us in the way that they have is definitely not unnoticed. ANZR gave us our first real scrim on the weekend. Guys, thank you so much for that. When I spoke earlier about that exposure of competitive games, you guys are a dangerous team. I know where you came from. I know, where you guys are going. I look forward to hopefully having some scrims in the future. But all in all, thank you for all of your effort. If I haven't given you a shout out, please don't take it personally. It's a team effort, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds for MSU, OCE, and anyone that's involved that wants to be part of the journey wherever you are. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Helmet. That's awesome, mate. There's nothing really to add to that, to be honest. It's very well said. Mate, it's great to hear your voice again, to be perfectly honest. So, just sort of following on from Heels and Frankie, thank you so much, my friend. We definitely, we don't have time tonight, but you and I are definitely going to have a wee catch up about your little trip to Vegas at some point, because I really want to pick your brain about that little ship you saw while you were there. So we'll have a catch up at some point, but we're going to move on now, lads. Now we're just checking in with the Twitch stream, but with the game, we switched games, didn't we?
Yeah, she's over. There was a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a heavily weighted contest on one side or the other. So I might need to get Hacks to do some homework there as we go, Niall. We might not cover that as much as we were going to, only because we had a great chat with Helmet, and that's there's no shade getting caught there. But just I think the match went very quickly. So
they're doing a skirmish. So they've done one round of skirmish, and now they've flipped sides. So they're doing another. So it's best of two, pretty much.
Okay, sweet. So We might do that and just move on to something else. No,
Time for Frankie's mailbag, mate. So, yeah, Hex, if you want to cue that up, mate, and we'll throw over to our mate Hex, Frankie.
Sorry, Niles.
No, you're right, mate. You're right. Come on, Frankie, segment.
Frankie's mailbag. We got one. We got one tonight. Well, we do have two, but actually, no. Yeah, we've got two tonight. We can definitely do two. We'll get them. We'll get through them very quickly. Only because I know that Rohan Solo has a big fan in my co-host with the most biggest plan from the start. He loves listening to him. So I'm going to read it out here. But we'll answer them real quick. I'm just going to throw it around, quick fire round, boys. Get around to this. Hey, by the way, also, Helmet, if you want to stick around, you're more than welcome. But if not, bros, feel free to go. Love your work. So if you stay, you stay. If you don't, you don't. Love you. You're a fucking legend. Thank you for everything that you did. And all power to all of you MSU boys, especially who's the name that I love the most, Chriso. I can't wait to hear from you soon, bro. We'll get you on one time, one day maybe. But Rohan Solo says, Dearest Frankie, it's a quiet Friday night on the lovely northern New South Wales coast. The beautiful and stunning northern rivers of New South Wales, as I call it. You've done the potty, you've had a few frothies. You're going to plonk yourself on the couch when you hear a strange whirring noise outside. A strange whirring noise outside. He says, you go out to make sure Trevor... So this is the part that pisses me off. He says, you go out to make sure Trevor, the local meth head, isn't trying to pinch your chrome spinners from your lovely motor chariot. Bro, we don't do meth up here. We're not rich enough to have meth up here, or we're not poor enough to have meth up on the Northern Rivers, but we're just going to let that fly. Trev, the meth head, apparently says, what the fuck? Is that a fucking flying saucer? And he says, next minute, whooshka, you get sucked up faster than the last bump at the yearly work Christmas do. So this is me, apparently, boys. I've been sucked up into the sky really quickly. I hope you're following. I hope I'm not talking to myself. Now, if this was to become reality, would you rather be autopsied alive? So I got sucked up into a plane by aliens. Would you rather be autopsied alive and end up in a little jar but still alive and conscious? The fuck is this cunt writing? Would you... Yeah, I know. Would you rather be autopsied alive and end up in little jars but still alive and conscious with no memory of the dismemberment of your body and no awareness of the predicament and never be able to return to Earth? What the fuck are you writing, bro? Would you rather just die, or would you rather violently and horrifically be anal probed for the aliens' research and be sent back to Earth like nothing ever happened, but every now and then you feel the pain of being anally probed?
Need that fiddy to feed the kids.
Question, Frankie.
100%.
Do you want to die, or are you okay?
Little night out at McDonald's.
Bum up your something up your bum.
Yeah, one small fries each.
You recently had that
You fucking idiot.
Should just be able to squeeze another 110 on my mark and Northern.
Oh, you know, it's just an extra $50 on the grocery.
Now that you've made fun of me.
Look, it's almost a carton.
Who doesn't disrespect me in such a way?
Yeah, true.
Would you rather die, or would you rather
anyway.
have something up your bum that apparently every now and then comes out of your bum?
Oh, legend.
I can't believe I'm saying this on a Friday night, but I think I'd have to choose option B. That with the
Every
bum.
now and then something just comes out of your bum hole. Okay, are you there?
I'm here, mate. I'm here.
Righto, you've got a big fan in Augie. He reckons he's your favourite person to talk, so here's your chance to make Augie an even bigger fan. What do you do? Are you letting the bum hole come out, or are you dying?
I think it's Well, I think you get anally probed and then forget that you've been anally probed altogether, and then return to Earth alive. Yeah, I might have to go option B. But either option isn't real Flash.
No, right. Pharaoh.
Yeah, I'd rather just be anally probed, bro. Fuck it. You've seen the videos I have.
Yeah, I know. We've got a lot of people going for the anal probe. Whoever missed Tax, what are you going there?
I'm squad in the creek north Western Gary.
Let's have a beer.
Yep, I'll let you have that. Anyone else? The business helmet's still here. Is he gone?
Shit.
Yeah, I might just let them have some of the crap.
Frankie, what I want to know is, like the meth head Trevor, is it an option to have some of the meth before you get sucked up and anally probed, or is that not the case?
You'd want to.
Helmet was
not a man
the
for your
person out of all of us. He's fucking dipped before he had to answer this question.
Yeah,
Die or get in the booty hole. Like Helmet knew what was up.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I think I'm scared too. Thank you, Ro, for that amazing Frankie's mailbag. You know what? I can't wait for your next one though, because at least Ro gives us something interesting to talk about. The second one for Frankie's mailbag, and then we can move right on to the road map, which is I know what people are waiting for. Our mate Narlan from the Lads Let Loose channel says, I am very much your standard latte man. It's a coffee question, boys. It's a good question, because I'm interested to hear
on my ping, I think.
I'm a standard latte man. How does everyone else take that cafe coffee? We've got 2 cafe spots, 3 cafe spots in town, 2 that only people really go to. So I'm interested to hear what people say here. He says, I'm picking that Hacks is very much a soy flat white with vanilla, which I definitely know he's not, but I'd be surprised if he is, and a sprinkle of gluten-free chocolate. Please discuss. So, boys, we'll go a full round table on Narlan. I'll let you run the round table here, because you can chuck us to the next segment. That is the end of Frankie's mailbag. Boys, what's your coffee choice? I'll throw it to Heelsy first, and then Narlan, you can work the boys around.
Coffee free since 2023. I haven't drunk coffee for quite a few years, so it was just a choice around making sure that I didn't fucking drink it. Boring as fuck. I'm sorry that I don't have any kind of entertaining oat milk with some kind of fucking Egyptian silk attached to it, but nah, just don't drink it.
Heelsy, just on that, mate. Why did you stop drinking coffee?
I've got so many other vices. It was like, let's just fucking get rid of that one. So, yeah, just didn't need it. And I think I was doing the intermittent fasting. So the coffee's always in the morning, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't something that I wanted to do in the morning. So, yeah, it's boring as fuck. I'm sorry. This is such a good question, but I've got nothing to add. I apologise.
Disappointing, mate. Disappointing. No, that's all good. Pharaoh, I'm sure you've got some exquisite ethnic taste when it comes to coffee, mate. What do you got?
I don't really drink coffee, but when I do, I'll drink Arab coffee, which is really strong and it really fucks you, but it's really good, eh? I would drink that.
Explain to me what Arab coffee is, mate.
It's really thick. It's really thick. It's like incredibly thick. And they heat it up with, in a little pot, and you only have a little bit. Normally, you'd have a lot of, people that aren't ethnic would have water with it because it would destroy you. Frank would definitely have water with it. But yeah, it's
milk. I chuck milk in mine. It's like chai. I know. But no, it's true. Everything he said is true though, Narlan. Like, it is black as fuck, and I added milk to mine, and it got seriously bad looks.
Yeah, they really. My grandfather used to look into it after, he used to tip it upside down and think you could read stuff, and I thought he was crazy, but yeah.
Oh, it kind of got the viscosity of the engine oil or something like that. Is it quite?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, nice. Is it sweet? Is it like sugary?
No, it's not sweet at all. There's bitter, bro. There's no sugar, and it people will sit down and just sit on a cafe in the Middle East and just drink that, and that's it. and it's really strong.
Nice. All right. Hey, I wasn't expecting that take actually, so I love that, Farrow. Thank you for that. Also, we've just had somebody jump into the chat here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce the man, but also I'm going to ask him about his coffee taste. So, Rizza, mate, how are you? How you doing tonight? Welcome to the potty, and tell us about your coffee, mate.
Hey, g'day, boys. Pleasure to be here at last.
Hey, Rizza.
Mate, my coffee taste, quite bland, bit of a white girl. Caramel iced latte for me, my friend.
Fucking hell. All you coffee cunts. You're drinking the wrong shit.
Fucking Melbourne boys. He'd fit in well with you, wouldn't
the old
he?
caramel latte. Come on then, Hex. Tell us all about what coffee you... I mean, I can picture you. This is. I can see Hex going down to St Kilda on a Saturday morning in the hot sun, sitting outside, drinking his, frappuccino, bloody flat white, whatever else soy latte you have. Come on, Hex, what do you have, mate?
To be fair, I actually don't drink the shit. Don't like it, don't do it. But there's only one type of coffee I drink, and it's this stuff.
What?
Patron.
Hey.
That's the only coffee I drink.
Right. I'm actually a little bit surprised we don't have a lot of coffee drinkers here. So.
No, Punny's just saying he's and these are the people that I know. I work with people like this. Punny's just said he drinks 2 to 5 cups of coffee between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. and I know heaps of people.
I got boys at work that do the same.
Yeah,
every hour.
Every
hour they'll have coffee
up until 10, maybe 11 a.m. But then they won't touch them for the rest of the day. And if anyone's listening that's in that boat, I feel ya. I can't do it though. My heart goes stupid. I act like a fucking idiot if I've had any more than even one. So yeah, well done, Punny. I'm with you.
Interesting. So I'll just just while you say that, before I throw over to AK, I'm actually one of these guys that drinks probably about 5 cups a day, and I can actually have a coffee at before I go to bed at night. I'm I don't know, that immune to the effects of coffee that I could actually have a coffee before I go to sleep. So, I wouldn't say I'm an addict, but, some mornings I might have 2, some mornings I might have 5.
Fucked in the head.
Every now and then I'll have a crack. If it's like early morning and I haven't hit my stride and I haven't done it, I'll have a crack, but apart from that, it's not for me. I just want to shout out Maury89, who had his first chat in our Let's Let Loose stream tonight. He shouted out, "What the fuck is he on crack?" So he's fucking. He's got his. I don't know, but he's got his finger on the pulse of the boys. So thank you, Maury, for your first time chat tonight, and anyone else that is joining in tonight as well.
Shout out, mate.
Yeah, massive shout out. But I think we need to move on now, so it's over to you, bros.
Oh, one more thing, mate. Just AK.
AK, let's hear from AK.
Oh, fuck.
I'll make it quick for I'm a drinker. I live off the black, no sugar all day until about 3 o'clock where I crack a Red Bull and then get off the caffeine. But I'm a big black man.
You do not?
Yeah, absolutely. All day. As soon as I wake up, black coffee, and then about 3 o'clock, crack a Red Bull, and that'll be me.
The bull just smashes fucking Red Bulls at 3 p.m.
There's a real man right there. That's a real man.
Yeah, keep me fucking they add nicotine, keep it coming.
That is fucking insane. That's nuts. That's so much caffeine. Oh, that's mad. Good on you, bros. And does it feel good when you fucking smash one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, probably going to die by like 40s or 50s, but hey, live life good while you're here. Coffee all day.
I thought you were already 50.
Yeah, I just look at.
I mean,
that's Frankie. He's just had his birthday.
Oh, fuck off.
Mate, you're paying tonight. You're paying because after that intro fucking shenanigans, you're getting it all night tonight, mate. Now, I know we've got Rizza
like he did when he was over at Thailand.
At the end of the show, when no one else is watching, I'll send you a photo of the girl that I was banging over there, and you'll be fucking angry. Oh, fuck, we're on live. Keep going, keep talking.
Right, hey, we've got Rizza here. But we're going to move on to the old roadmap. So we've got the 2025 Melbourne Coast roadmap, which we are all gagging to talk about.
Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
sure,
boys
there you
and
go,
girls,
Hex. Thank you
that
very
is
much
your
for
mate
throwing that
Nala
up.
here again
What I'm
with
going to
another
do, I'm actually,
exciting video.
because
This
Riz
one
has joined
is
us, so
Crusader Kings
is there
3.
anything
Now, I
in there,
have
if you want to just pick
just gone
one of
through and
those
started a new
items,
game,
there is.
and I
Is there
really just
anything
want to
there
give you
that
a bit of
you're
a-
looking forward
bit of
to,
an
or
idea of
any
how the game
comments
works. It's
there
a
that
really
you
cool
want to make
game.
on that?
I know it's been done to death.
Mate, the
There
thing
are
I'm most looking
videos
forward to
all
is
over
the
the
classified
internet about
vehicles.
this game.
They've
It's huge. Look
they've
at
left
this.
us
So that
pretty
takes
open
care
to
of
what they're going to do here,
basically
so
North
I can't wait to see that.
all of
And I'm also
Asia
keen for the
and,
Tobruk map.
Russia,
Can't wait to see that one.
obviously Europe.
Well,
Should be
that's
exciting
only
times.
a couple of weeks away, isn't it?
Is
Yeah.
the Duke of Essex, I suppose.
Is it a couple of weeks? Somebody fucking. I read somewhere that it was dropping this weekend. That's surely not happening.
No, I think it's a bit too early for this weekend, but they were saying that. I heard that too.
The game itself is.
Yeah,
it
I'm
is
pretty
very,
sure
very
it's still
cool.
April,
It's
isn't
sort
it?
of,
From what I've seen.
almost along the lines of civilization.
But that's cool because
the big thing about this
you know,
game is
obviously
all
new
about the
maps
people.
do sort of
So,
reinvigorate
although we've
the
got these
base a little
townships
bit.
and bits and pieces here,
Gets us
it's
out
actually
and
about
about.
the lineage
Frankie,
of
mate,
your
what
people.
are you sort of
And as
looking
you can
forward to
see,
there, mate? I
oh,
mean, we've got the
this
new
is
map
me,
coming out, but is there
17
anything
years
there that
old,
sort of
just
tickles your
starting
fancy,
off.
mate?
Now, what happens here is that
All
you
right,
can
Frankie's in the
separate-
toilet.
see your
All
little
right,
classics
Hillsy.
I
here.
reckon. Yeah, okay, head to me. All right, cool. There's
And you
tons
can
there
actually,
that excite me. I'm loving.
create rulers
I'm loving what
for
Riz has said in
these
regards to the Tobruk map.
Now,
I've seen some of that
quite,
PTR. It's a bit more
start
urban
with,
fighting. I think we
the game
discussed
is
that in the
pretty
last
much about
potty,
trying to
which is
expand.
exciting. I think most people
As you can see
fucking
here,
genuinely
we've got
really
West
enjoy
Wales. We obviously
maps that
wanna
have a
take
bit more of an
over
urban
all
setting
of
because
England.
it is a more
So
distinctive
we
sort of
go-
play
we are
style,
going
which
to
can be
attempt
really
to get
rewarding.
the game
So
started.
Tobruk's going to give us a bit of that.
so you can get underway.
But if
Now,
I may, I spoke to Greasy Beefcake. I sat in the back of a car from Gold Coast to the Gold Coast airport. Fuck, it was funny. But he had a bit of a hot take on one aspect. If I may, I'm gonna refer to my notes. So I'm gonna read from my notes if I may.
Can I just before you move on, Tank, just
Please
paint a picture of this car? What was it? A Jazz?
I think it was a Kia Sportage.
It was a Kia Sportage. Now, the shortest bloke in that car was Greasy Beefcake at 6 foot.
It was fucking insane, wasn't it? And somebody made a comment that it was like Greasy looks like the little kid that's just happy to be there for the ride. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he's tall at 6 foot, but looks short compared to the rest of his that were jammed in the back seat.
And Jack, he's built like a brick fucking shithouse as well, but he looked little. It was funny.
Like
But Greasy,
a clown car with like clowns with silver on.
pretty much, yeah. I think you said that, AK, didn't you? You wanted to watch as everybody fucking clambered out of
Folded out, yeah, especially because you got realist at 6'7".
These guys can
You've got to be, what, 6'2", 6'3", Tank?
I tried to pass that, but a few of the boys said you can't be 6'2", 6'3", and it was revealed that I was 6'4".
There you go.
You tall bastards, like I'm
him looking
I'm
after
fairly tall.
6'4".
Jeez, 6'4", that's massive, mate. You're a fucking
let's see
giant.
if we can get a bit
You are
of
really
here.
a tank.
Yeah,
Um,
6'5" in high heels.
Frank would know all about that.
3 foot on his knees.
One day I'm gonna plant a kiss on his cheeks, and I'm gonna need high heels to get there, boys.
All right, let me read what Greasy's hot take was. Okay, he wrote, in addition to the mortar changes, I reckon medic overhaul could be super interesting. Imagine server admins being able to set up a timer where it ranged from 10 seconds to whatever, maybe 3 minutes, for example, and disable the redeploy option. So what would happen is if you died, you fucking died, and there was no way of coming out of that death scenario unless a medic came along and resurrected you, so to speak. that could be really fucking cool. That he wrote, many people might hate it, but it would be a really good way to mix things up. Medics become super important, and you take your time more in the actual moving from space to space. Or then this is where it differentiates. You could just have a server where you choose that that's not a fucking option. But being able to play with the fact that medics become important because of the death screen, I think was his interesting hot take on the whole. Hey, we're improving medics. What could it mean? And you said it, Rizza. Like, who fucking knows? Like, half this shit is very grey. No one knows exactly what it actually means. But Greasy was like really interested in perhaps being able to buff, I suppose, the need for medics, because we all know in a comp setting, medics are really not really used that often.
Go to our military, go to our armies.
Anyone want to take that? Anyone to take that? Because I will. That sounds fucking awesome. I thought it was you that came up with that, Billsy, but it was Greasy.
No, Greasy Beefcake. I messaged him because we were having a bit of a chat about it in the Ross Discord, and it was just such a cool hot take. And I just said, man, can I tax that for the weekend for the potty? And he was fine with it. So full credit to him, because it's such a cool idea.
Such a great idea. It would change the game. And if we're going to talk serious stuff here, boys, and I'll throw it to you because I've talked enough tonight. If we're going to talk about competition, hell let loose. The competition is Squad 44. There's no argument. And Squad 44, from everything that I've heard Crispy talk about, shout out Crispy, and all the other boys that have played it, that medic role in Squad 44, because of the ticket system, is fucking huge. All of a sudden, if in the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes,
I really like
the reload screen, the respawn screen, is suddenly cut, and you need to have the medic there. That changes the whole face of Hell Let Loose, because teams that we're not allowed to mention who run 3 tanks at the end of the game and push them up all at once, all of a sudden they're thinking infantry. All of a sudden the gameplay suddenly completely changes. The meta that we love to talk about shifts ever so slightly, maybe not dramatically, but ever so slightly. The medic role becomes something that people have to be good at. I'd love to get amongst that, Rizza, or Rexer. What do you think about that?
Look, I've dabbled in the squad a little bit myself, and that ticket system's huge. Definitely, if they could bring a bit more admin control, and I think they touch on that in the roadmap, a little bit more admin control. It could just change the way we play Hell Let Loose at the end of the day, and we could start to look to follow that the new era of squad and see what we come up with. It could be huge for the competitive scene, especially obviously as you mentioned. The medic role has been so useless in competition. It'd be good to bring it to a bit of light and make that be something you have to have a think about.
Detail about that. Some of this I understand. Some of them,
I think that's huge. The medic role was actually something I was looking at personally when I was looking at the roadmap this week. And just what would make the medic role more relevant?
What we can do?
A few more clips of fucking ammo.
Go back to our hints here, and you can see.
Anyone going to fucking stick me on that one? Yeah, a fucking gun.
Yeah, I agree, man. For sure. You ran out of ammo so quick as a medic.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. So, that's massive thing with the medic role. Hexy, have you got any sort of thoughts there on any of the roadmap, mate?
I really want to know what they're doing with the bipods.
The start of the game.
If you look in the reworks.
What are you thinking?
Well, the BAR's got a bipod in life, so are they putting one on there? And the snipers, are they going to give snipers bipods?
Is allocating so we can grant this title.
That would be insane.
What's the British, we don't have any ears or any family
that has bipods as well in World War II.
Yep, but I also really want to know what tanks they're bringing out.
We're basically going to gift this to.
I just had to be different for once.
Oh, whoever really.
Fair enough. AK, have you got any thoughts?
I'd prefer to have something.
Yeah, I'm definitely kind of more focused on the quality of life and a little bit of the gameplay reworks. I think the bipods will be a bipod fix for the MGs. Because I think they're maybe working on fixing the fuck up with them mounting and not being able to mount well. But I was also looking at the the flamethrower as well, because it's been a long-running issue with the flamethrowers. It hasn't got the distance. It's got the damage, but it basically runs like a shotgun. A little bit more distance on the old flamethrower would be good for clearing house and clearing them trenches up. But no, it all looks good. Hopefully they can pull it off without breaking it further.
Can we have a prediction on what the Eastern Front map will be?
Yes. Can I go first?
Yeah, go.
Go.
If it is not fucking Berlin, I quit. Like, Berlin is so perfect right now for the Eastern Front, and I hope all of the boys listening agree with me. The Eastern Front need a city map. Like, we've got Carentan for the Western Front, and Carentan is fucking goated. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not my favourite map, but if Carentan comes up, I'm fucking playing it. I don't have a map like that for the Eastern Front. I don't have a map like that. Yes, they're going to upgrade Stalingrad. Sure, Kursk can be really fun. I have a lot of fun on Kursk. Kharkov can go get fucked. They need a city map, close quarters map for the Eastern Front. Berlin is the one to fucking go for. I know there's another one that the boys are going to go for here. Probably, I definitely know who's going to go for it, but I won't reveal it. There's probably another option that the boys could go for here, but I really, really think Berlin could be the Eastern Front. I'll throw it to AK, who may have a different option. AK, what are your thoughts for Russia?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be Berlin. I think it'll be Leningrad. I think it'll be a fairly open, semi-open, semi-urban map, but yeah, I'm tipping it's going to be Leningrad.
Yeah.
What about Stalingrad in 1940? Before it got levelled.
Yeah, that could be a shout too.
But would they do that?
It's just not a differentiation, though. You go Stalingrad 1 or Stalingrad 2. I think they'll try and do it.
Do you remember when they were talking about doing... weren't they talking about doing, like, Finland or some shit? And then everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you remember that, or am I talking shit?
I don't know, but that would just be... If it was Finland, it would just be bloody trees and snow.
I don't know. I remember them talking about weird things. It was a skirmish map. And I was like, what the fuck are they doing here? But... No, I really, really hope it's Berlin. Hilsey, you were the one that asked. What are you hoping for?
The other one that we haven't mentioned is maybe.
I got the one that jumps out.
Yeah, that's the big battle.
That's like 2 extra kills.
1941, if I'm correct. So yeah, it's that could be another option. But I like what AK says. In the end, I think people are craving for urban combat. So figure out a way to give us a bit more urban combat in these World War II settings, and I think you're on a winner.
Those little Russian boys could do business in this. Sorry, not in this. Sorry, that was fucked. The little Russian boys could do business in close quarters. I think it'd be interesting. And Skin Shady just weighed in. Leningrad would just be more snow, so fuck off snow. And I think we all agree with you, but who knows what the boys will get up to? So I'll throw it back to Nolan and take it there.
Sweet. Actually, I was just going to throw to Pharaoh. Actually, have you got any sort of thoughts there, mate, on some of those other upgrades coming in the roadmap, mate?
I'm just waiting to see what they fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but like every time they bring something new out, like there's 10 things that they're fucked up, and then they do another update, and then we're all sitting there waiting, and nothing gets fixed.
Yeah, right. So T17, if you guys are listening in to the potty, because I'm sure you are, like and subscribe. Can you just release an update that's not fucked from day one? That'd be really good. So, just going through this. Obviously, we've got Tobruk coming up. I think everyone's looking forward to that. Eastern Front, bring on Berlin. I agree. Stalingrad, well, yeah, okay, let's see what happens. New vehicles, again, let's see what happens. Cosmetics, no one gives a fuck about cosmetics, let's be fair. We've got some weather upgrades and variations there as well. Let's be honest with the servers, and I'd love to actually throw to you, Hilsey, for your thoughts on this. What's the point in weather variations if we're all just going to play, every single map on daytime? What's your thoughts on that, Hilsey?
Like I try to take them, and you guys give me shit all the time because I try and be a little bit more positive around the whole thing. Like seeing let's be real, like this game is a few years old, and we just got a roadmap that is sort of medium to short term. Kind of, this is what's going to happen. And so we still have a developer that cares about our game. There's plenty of fucking games running around. We're Lads Let Loose podcast from a broader perspective now, and we can talk about the fact that there's plenty of games that are getting shut down or have no fucking future ahead of them, and they're a fucking wasteland, and people just fucking it's all over. Whereas we've got a game where a developer is saying, hey, these are the things that we want to do, and sure, it's valid. Like when some of the stuff comes out, it's janky and it ain't working, and it can be incredibly frustrating. But to be positive for a brief moment, we've got a developer in T17 that's saying, hey, here's the things that we're going to try and do. We're actually going to get some new maps. We've got some shit to look forward to. And they are actually reflecting on the fact that, yeah, there's some things that we need to work at in regards to the LOD stuff and graphic type stuff, which hopefully will address some of the core issues that we all have with the original part of the game. So, yeah, just to be fucking positive for a moment, it's we're lucky we've got a developer that's actually saying, hey, here's some cool new shit. And I've always said it from the very beginning, from the very first Lads Let Loose podcast. I said, like, when they release those different little add-on packs and stuff like that, I want to be able to purchase it, because that's our way of sending a message to the developer that says, hey, here's a bit of fucking money, and throw it at making sure that this game lasts longer than just a couple of years, like most of the common fucking games that gets released at the moment. Sorry, I'm that guy. Sorry to be the positive guy, but I need to be that guy, because if we don't send a message to T17 that says, hey, we appreciate some of the work, like I actually think they're doing a Q&A either now or it's just happened or it's about to happen around the roadmap and some of the future stuff that's coming out. I'm looking forward to a fortnight's time to be able to unpack some of the Q&A stuff that's happened in this 24-hour window, to see where the game that we love, like this podcast exists because of the game that we love, to see where it's going to take us in the future.
Chelsea, it's awesome, mate. Trust you to sort of bring it back to, hey, this is actually a game we love. So let's not bag the shit out of it, which is pretty much what I've been doing on the old roadmap here. So, no, I appreciate your comments there. Now, our old mate Hex has brought up Ocean Reach Brewery. So, bit of a shout out to Simo and Ocean Reach. Hex, do you want to sort of add anything there since you brought it up?
Well, Punny put in the thing. Has good old Simo brought out any new beer? I'm like, ooh, I need to have a look. And then, sure enough, he has. We have the Knows How to Party. Might have to go down and get some.
Yeah, but are you, wouldn't it, Hex?
Sorry, mate.
I'm throwing a $50 voucher at the person that had the best KD ratio as well. So if you're still tuning in, or if you've just jumped in and rewatched the potty after playing in the stream that's happened underneath the podcast, and you are the individual with the best KD ratio, I might need Hacksaw to bring us up the stats. Then hit us up, and I'm happy to throw $50 towards Ocean Reach and you having a an enjoyable weekend in a week's time with some lovely alcohol arriving on your doorstep.
Love that, Hilsey. So don't miss out on the opportunity, boys, for that $50 in that Ocean Reach. So don't forget to go and support Simo. Unfortunately, I believe, Frankie, correct me if I'm wrong, we still can't get Ocean Reach in NZ. Yep,
Nah.
Frankie's gone for another whiz.
No, I haven't. No. I was just muted very quickly. I was talking to Haxie. Sorry. No, unfortunately, we can't get the Ocean Reach Brewery stuff over to NZ, but if it was an NZ play that wins tonight, Hilsey and I look after you. We'll sort that out. You just get in, you get in touch with us by either of our DMs, and we'll make a little home for you, and we'll figure things out. Sorry, I was just talking to Haxie. My bad.
No, all good. And as the resident Kiwi here, obviously, if there was a Kiwi that won tonight, then I'd be happy to help out from this side of the ditch as well. So, guys, have we kind of done the roadmap? Is there anything else that anyone wanted to sort of throw out there with the roadmap before we move on?
Niles, there's so much there. We could spend fucking the next couple of hours talking about it, but I think from a podcast perspective, we're probably ready to jump on a little bit further. And then I reckon over the next few weeks, we might be able to touch on a couple of more interesting things that might come to light.
You are a scholar and a guru, mate, and I think that's spot on. I think we will be referring back to the roadmap over the next couple of potties. So without further ado, I think we'll move on. Now on to the next section we've got tonight. I believe we're going to throw over to our good mate, Mr. Pharaoh, and Rizza. You guys want to take this section away? I'll just kind of leave it to you to fill in the viewers and the listeners as to what your idea is there. So, Pharaoh, you want to run us through?
No, I'll let Rizza do this. All I'll say is that I was the one that brought up the idea. He just stole it. Go, Riz.
Righto, guys. So as you remember, a couple months back, we ran a little Oceania competition. We named it the Bunning Sausage Cup. Had TFMC, ANZR, TRL, 11th, WRTB joined up. We decided this time we're going to take it a step further. We noticed there's a bit of a gap in the market with the TPL season starting to wrap up, coming into the finals and stuff now, and everyone's moving on to the Summit League. So we've actually decided we're going to kick off off-season competitive league. It's more aimed towards the light teams. Going to be aiming to get these guys, keep everyone nice and sharp, ready to come into the next season of TPL. So we've actually partnered a bit with the TPL. We're gonna trial a couple things for them, and we're gonna scratch their back, they're gonna scratch ours, and we're all gonna make it happen. We got about 8 teams signed up at the moment, so exciting times to come. We'll be playing like a matched numbers game, so there's not going to be stress to front 40 blokes every week. It's just going to be, if one team can only front 30, well, 30 it is. Be pretty laid back. Good time for teams to capitalise on some tactics and some changes they can make in the off season, and just have fun all in all.
Yeah, I love that, Riz. Now, just a few questions on that, mate. Is this for Oceania teams, or what's the go there?
Well, the initial front was going to be for the OCE teams to kick in, but we actually caught a lot of interest from a few NA and EU teams as well. So we've sort of broadened our horizons a little bit and see where we can take things and how it all sort of works out.
And what's the sort of format? Is it going to be sort of like a round robin and then playoffs? What are you sort of thinking there?
Yeah, well, there's still a little bit more development to come into things, so there's going to be some discussions over the weekend and sort of finalising things moving forward. This is just an initial, getting the name out there, see who's keen, see what kind of numbers we've got to move forward with through the season, and yeah, I dare say we're going to end up in a round robin format. Points for your wins, points for your draws, or hopefully we don't have any draws, but yeah, we move into playoffs. Fit it all snug in just before the TPL kicks off, and it should be good fun.
Awesome, and there is a link. Hex has put that there up on the screen there, guys. So there is a Discord link there if you want to go and check that out. And also, it might be worthwhile, Riz and Pharaoh, just to chuck something on the GCN Discord and obviously get some buy-in with the Oceania clans. But yeah, throwing it over to the guys. AK, did you have any sort of thoughts or comments there?
No, that's good. The more competitions, I've just actually jumped in the Discord myself then. Yeah, the more competitions, the more stuff we can have happening, especially on the off-season. So perfect name for it. It's perfect, mate. It's a good idea. And especially, it's a 30 versus 30 or 35 versus 35?
Yeah, as I mentioned, it's going to be more of an open sort of format, similar to the War League. So if you've got a team that can front 40 versus 40, we'll play 40 versus 40. If you can play 30s, we'll play 30s. It's going to be pretty flexible. obviously, if we start to get enough interest where we can run divisions in the future, that'd be something to work towards. But just as a initial startup, season 1, keep it easy. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, that's perfect, mate. Especially for the up and coming clans or the smaller clans that are still building as well. Those smaller comps are definitely good, and even if it is a smaller thing like a 30 versus 30 or 35 versus 35, they're always bloody great fun. It makes you think a little bit differently as well.
Yeah, that's the audience target at the end of the day. Like, not just Oceania, but we want to see all clans strive. There is a few people that are out there struggling, so I just thought, we've come from a big struggle in the last couple of months from the 11th. We understand that TRL are going through a similar phase at the moment. We're trying to get them on board into the competition. And look, we just want to build a game. Put Australia on the map. That's the target here. So, good times to come.
Awesome, mate. That sounds good. Heelsy, Frankie, does anything you want to add to that?
Can I just say that I fucking love Rexar? He's a fucking legend. And boys, this is the kind of passion that we need in the comp. This is the kind of passion that we saw 3 or 4 years ago when we were trying to grow the comp. And he wasn't around maybe necessarily back then, or maybe he was around in the background. But just seeing a bloke come through, creating competition that's not going to fucking create divides. Like, people come in sometimes and go, oh, I'm going to make this competition. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But it coincides with TPL. It's like, don't fucking try and compete with that. Or it's going to try and compete with Summit. Don't try and compete with that. They're the big guns. You know, they're the 50v50s. This fucking cunt has come in. Oh, that's a bit rude. Sorry, I shouldn't call him a fucking cunt.
No, you should.
He's a good cunt.
But no, good cunt. This good cunt has come in and created an opportunity for teams that can't get the full 50v50 that we can promote here on our fucking channel without going over the top and stealing no one's thunder. That's exactly what I fucking want to see for this community. I love Hell Let Loose. I'm not playing it that much right now, but I love fucking watching it. And to see the fact that we could have an Oceanic / potentially international 30v30, 35v35 community coming up right now, that we can stream on our channel and make it our own and do it fantastic, because the fucking Yanks won't give us a fucking shot at anything else. We'll make that fucking work, Rexar. Rizza or Rexar, whatever you want to call yourself. You know that I love you. You're a fucking legend. So thank you for making this happen, and thank you, Pharaoh, for being a part of it. We're going to make it fucking glow, boys. So any of you clans that are amongst it, ANZR are thinking about trying to get amongst it, and all the other ones that can't get in there. This is for you, boys. Oceanic boys, thank you so much. Hopefully I didn't cut on anyone's grass there. Ilzy, you take over.
Dude, I can't top what you've said, man. It's about, I love the fact that it's coming in trying to fill that niche, especially for the clans that are looking at sort of that 30s, 35s sort of bracket. It fills that niche perfectly, which I guess my question might be, like, are you thinking on the weekends? Because I frantically, as you were saying what you were saying, and there is a little window between TPL and Summit, and I went to the Summit Discord and had a look and said, okay, when are they fucking starting? And they're saying sort of May 10th to 11th. So just from a logistical perspective, are you thinking of playing on the weekends, or you're more of a midweek kind of 30s clash? Like, what are you thinking? Rizza, Rexar, I think I started the Rizza. I apologise if the Riz is wrong. It's if I fucking hang out with teenagers every day. Sorry.
Look, on that, it was Riz, but our lovely Egyptian friend here, Pharaoh, struggled to understand that the X actually represents an I. So I used to be Rizza, but Pharaoh's put an impression forward to everyone that it's Rexar. So he knew that got under my skin a little bit in the beginning, but we've just let it go. You call me how you want me.
I kind of like Rizza, because when I first called it on the channel, I was like, yeah, this is the Rizza. And like, I don't know if you boys watch YouTube enough, but there's a young kid named the Rizza, and I was like, this is my Rizza right here. He's got the Riz. So I'm going to keep calling you the Riz, but everyone else can call him Rizza. You can call him Rexar. You can call him whatever the fuck you want. But I love what you're doing, man. It means a lot to the community, and I know the Oceanic community going to back it too, because not everyone can field the full 50. So I reckon the competition is going to be sick. I love you for coming on tonight, and I've got a lot of respect for you anyway. So I'll hand it back to Nolan, and then we can get this shit wrapped up, Niles, because it's 9:33 p.m. here, which means 11:33 p.m. here over.
Yeah, but before we take off, I will answer Heels' question. It will be a weekend competition, so we'll be running on the weekends. Obviously, with opening our borders up and starting to move to international matches, there's going to be some early morning matches. There's going to be some midday matches, and we're just going to make it work, boys. And this is what we need, and this is where we're moving. But
we'll back you too. We'll back you too, and we know how hard it is running the international stuff. So we'll back you too. But just the fucking initiative, man. Thank you so much for doing that, Rizza.
Massive shout outs to obviously the Lads Let Loose team. You've all come on, backed at 100%.
Always.
Obviously Pharaoh. Our silent achiever, Sergeant Lipton. He made that emblem up for us, and
nice.
That bloke, through his dedication, he's been in and out of hospital all week with his young one. And he's still just pulled through. He's getting stuff done. He's back in the cause, and massive shout out to him, and shout out to the TPL guys as well. This has all come together fast just through this week, and I owe thanks to everyone who's given me a hand. So let's make it happen.
And all you boys that are listening in right now that have stuck it out to the end there, that made it through the helmet fucking interview and stuff, if you stuck around and you're listening to Rizza talk now, get around him. I'd love to have him on board in the team. Hopefully we can make him part of the Lads Let Loose team, because you're a fucking legend, mate. You love the game, you love the community, and you want to bring people together, and that's what we stand for as well. So hopefully we can make you part of the team going forward too. I'm going to be greasing your palms as hard as I can. So thank you so much for being a part of tonight. Thank you for putting up with Pharaoh. It's a hard job, so don't worry. I know how hard it is. But thank you for coming on board tonight, bruz. I know Heelsy and I definitely extend that to you as well as Haxie. But Nolan, back to you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Riz, don't feel too special, mate, because it's not the only palms he's been fucking greasing this week. So, thank you, Riz. I think that's a great initiative. I can't do it any more justice than what Frankie has there. So, lots of love to you, mate, and let's all get behind him as the Oceanic community, and also our international guests who I'm sure are listening in. Let's get behind it and see if we can make this a success, eh? So, all right, we're going to move on. In fact, Frankie, you know what? I'm actually going to give you the honours, mate, since you're the man, you're back. I love you. I've missed you. I've enjoyed hearing your voice tonight, except for the first fucking half an hour, where I just wish you'd just fucking shut up the whole time. But we've got a bit of a wrap up to do, so I'll throw it over to you, Frank, and you can wrap us all up, eh?
Yeah, fair. It's been a big night, boys, and look, we had a lot more to get through, but we'll hold that all over.
Oi, Frankie, I never do this to you, bro. I never interrupt you, but can we at least get Donut in just to talk about the Friday night fight, game that's streamed all the way through? Can we just give him fucking a couple of minutes just to have a chat?
No, we're going to wrap up now. No, just joking, you dickhead. Of course we can.
All right, do your wrap up, and let's Hacksaw, can you figure out how we get fucking Donut in here? He's not here, but I've just messaged him. Let you do that, and I'll get him in.
That's all right. Yeah. While he does, I'll wrap up everything for the night, boys. The last thing you're going to hear from tonight is the man Donut. And if you don't know Donut, boys, jump in the GC Discord or the Lads Let Loose Discord. He has done up the whole Friday night fight concept. When he first came up with it, I was just apprehensive, saying, "Oh yeah, here we go. Here's another fucking flash in the pan." But he's produced the goods twice in a row now, and he showed up in the GC Discord as an admin, and he's shown that his willingness to be involved, and he's even given me a bit of banter tonight at the start of the show. So I'm all around him big time. So. Next time that you see us, we're going to talk a little bit about some clan updates. We'll talk about what we're playing. We've got some 05 and 5.0s, which I would have loved to share with you tonight, but we'll we'll give you that next time. We'll maybe be able to talk about some Friday night fight winners, but it's been a sick night tonight. Massive thank you to my mate Hacks, as always. I talked to him through the week on the phone. I talked to him here. I love you so much, bros, for all that you do for us. Massive respect to Niles for hosting tonight. You did a fantastic job. I fucking tried to piss you off so hard, but you did fantastic with us. Massive shout out to Helmet and all of our other guests tonight that came on, and a big shout out to my mate Crispy, who does fantastic work over there. Check out his channel, plus Johnny, plus all of the other boys, plus Shady, everyone who's doing great things. But we're going to wrap up tonight by throwing to Donut, who's going to shout out the fuck off, cunt, the Friday night fight. Donut, tell us all about it, and bro, you get to take us out tonight. It's not going to be me, because someone just fucking was really rude and said 1 hour later, so you're going to be the one, when you're finished talking, to say, see you next week, cheers. That's your final lines. Over to you, Donut.
Well, a little bit all over the shop tonight, unfortunately, but we managed to get there. It's very campy this week. I think that would have been due to the prize and the challenge, but you know, that's how the game's played. So sorry if you got frustrated. Stick with us. We're trying to get it organized. We're learning as we go. We're trying to figure out how to make it the most enjoyable as we can. But otherwise, yeah, there's just pretty good fight. GG to the other team. They beat us in both games, so well done to you guys. But just keep getting the numbers so we can get a full 90-minute warfare game going, because while skirmish was fun tonight, it was a bit frantic and bit all over the shop, which wasn't too fun for the team on the receiving end, unfortunately.
Tell us, bro. Tell us, Donut. How do people make sure that they sign up for the Friday night fight so they can be part of it?
Jump in the GC Discord, and then it's in the Friday night fight category, probably towards the bottom if you've got all your categories on. Jump in there. There'll be a channel called Sign Up. Hit the icon for the role that you want to play that week, if that's infantry, tanks, or recon. There's even a commander button in there. Sign up by Thursdays, if possible, so we can get a roster up, instead of trying to get numbers in 30 minutes before the game and the teams end up being a bit unbalanced. So if you sign up through the GC Discord, we'll guarantee you a game. Yeah, all the information is found there. Not much else to say, really.
Donut, thank you very much, man. Like, your fucking hard work is insane, dude. And then it's that frustration of having to try to pull everything together at the last moment as many new people try and join in. I know that you make it as balanced as you possibly can, but the pre-organisation of actually signing up will help your task immensely. Donut, I had the pleasure of meeting you last Friday night. You're an absolute fucking stud. Send us out.
What's the inside scoop?
All I want is, I wanted more time. How's that as a compliment?
I want to meet Donut. I want to meet him.
The gorilla part in his name was definitely well founded. He's a very, very hairy man.
Look,
I'll just chuck in there if I can. 100%, boys. There's a massive complaint I think we all probably get from a leadership position in any clan is that we want more games, we want more stuff to do. I wish there was more to play. The only way that happens if you get around the stuff that people put their time and effort into. If you don't do it, people will just stop organising games and stop doing stuff for everybody. So if you want stuff, you've got to get around it.
Yeah, TFMC, stop being a bunch of bitches and start competing. Whoa, what the fuck?
Anyway, there wasn't many TFMC there tonight, I don't believe.
No, I know. Bunch of fucking
mostly
around, buddies saying,
tonight, I think.
Get your fucking selves in the fucking game, TFMC, you bunch of bitches. I'll cop that tomorrow.
The problem is, Frankie, is it's fucking Long Neck Friday, so everyone's
it's Long Neck Friday. We can't help it. We're a fucking bunch of bogans.
Oh, they can come and be pissed in the FNF.
Yeah, I know.
Damn right.
We do appreciate it, though. So thank you very much. And all jokes aside, because I wasn't being serious there, thank you very much, Donut, for all the effort that you put in. I love you, and I want to do some more work with you. So thank you very, very much. And thank you for the kind words from your Rolfs brothers, Hilsey and AK. And apart from that, boys, it's getting fucking late. It's going to take me a real long time to download this if I don't stop soon, and I need to look after the YouTube boys. So we're going to have to call that a wrap. Nolan, thank you for looking after us tonight. Haxie, thank you so much for all of the beautiful work that you do. I can't wait to learn from you. Hilsey, thank you for the amazing work with the interview with Helmet. I know that he appreciated it. AK, thank you for being an absolute menace alongside me and everyone else. I love you. Farewell, adieu, and good night. Kiss, good night, goodbye, farewell.
No, honey, Mommy's got to save her throat. I have to work tonight.